Hello, friends. This Wednesday's word is entitled control. It's been a week of change and conflict, tragedy and hope, all mixed up. We came out of 9 weeks of isolation and reflection hopeful, but still struggling a bit to control our feelings, our fears, our wonderment at this strange new life, slowly, carefully coming out into a new world, only to witness troubles and rage in Minneapolis, then across the nation. After a man begs for his life, saying, "I can't breathe." We all watched in horror as a knee crushes his spine. It goes on for 8 long minutes until the dead black man is dragged off. People are upset on both sides of the fence. One of the first things I heard out of people's mouth was, "Things are getting out of control." To gain control, we're now hearing calls for more police, more protests against murders, more curfews, more support for people of color, more National Guard. I guess my question is, who is in control? And can anyone tell me exactly when our lives were really totally under control? Control is a funny word, isn't it? There's several meanings for control. It's the power to influence people's behavior, or the power to change the course of events. Control is the restriction of activity, limiting, regulating, directing exactly who has the power to control life. And where does that kind of power come from? During my time in isolation and retreat, I found I had to exercise self-control. Who had the power to do that? Well, I thought it was all me. It wasn't. It didn't work out so well when I tried it. I had to turn to a higher power. In Scripture, Proverbs 25:28 has a view of this human struggle. People without self-control, it says, without self-control are like a city broken into and then left without walls. You see, if we can't hold ourselves accountable, self-monitor our behavior, and pray for strength to resist our worst tendencies, without that self-control, all is lost. And then there's another kind of control. It usually comes through laws, mandates imposed on us by something else or somebody else. It can feel limiting and restricting to us. Usually this kind of external control only goes so far. New Testament Galatians 5:23 says this about control: "In all ways, use gentleness and self-control. Against this, there is no law." Sometimes human law, you see, friends, just isn't enough. We're called to the higher good if we proclaim to be followers of Christ. We look to God's eternal and righteous law as the final word. Apostle Paul goes even further in 1 Corinthians 7:37. It says, "Whoever is firmly established in their faith, being under no necessity but to have their desires under control, they have determined this in their hearts." Long story short, don't look to other people and human laws for your redemption. Start with your Maker. Let God direct your footsteps. Let the Spirit move you into the light. And let Jesus be the model of control that we hold so dear in this broken world. Let's close with some encouragement today. Even in these dark times of social economic, and political upheaval. Control is an illusion unless you move beyond this temporal world and look to God's very Spirit for guidance. At the end of the day, worlds may spin out of control, but not to worry. God's still in charge. Jesus announced it, and he proved it. Hebrews 2:8 says so. It says, now, subjecting all things to them, God's left nothing outside their control. As it is, we do not yet see everything in subjection to them, but we do see Jesus. May we all be together soon. May you be well. Be at peace and rest in the light of the true vine, the one who sustains us all. See you again soon.